me know when y'all ready.
Ready when you are, Captain.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm ready right now, so let's get this going. Welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. This week, we're talking about Aerosmith, but on this certain special Tuesday/Wednesday, we're talking about X. I'm Jason. With me is Tim.
Hello.
And Bill.
It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is. And we're talking
and our
X.
special guest is Bruce Hornsby tonight.
I gotta get me
I
gotta get a cricket sound effect for that. That's too good.
I'm just like, am I missing it?
So yeah, we're talking X. This is their last, I guess. Tim brought this one to us. It's their last record. I didn't even know they had been doing shit. I haven't listened to any X since, the classic shit. So this was a shocker for me.
Just that it was coming out?
Well, yeah, it was coming out, and it was their last
Or
one.
how good it was. Yeah, they are announcing that this is going to be their final album, yes.
I mean, no spoiler. Well, I guess we're not ranking it, but yeah, this album's fucking good. I was shocked at how good this record was.
Yeah. It is pretty good. I checked out a little bit of it, but I haven't heard the whole thing yet. But what I've heard, I've really liked.
Bill, did you listen to it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, brief history. I've listened to X, like the early shit. Didn't know they were still around, honestly. And I like the first. I like the early X.
Playing up in the on the West Coast, usually with the B-52s. So wherever the B-52s are playing in your neighborhood, it's where X is playing as well.
I didn't know they were still around. We got to do the B-52s, unless they got like 30-something records. That'd be a fun one.
Like 8 or 9, yeah.
Maybe we'll do that for April Fools next year. Next year.
Planning out 2 years in advance. That's how.
Because we're going to be around, because we're going to get so many likes and subscribes on this video. Help us out.
Share us with your friends, share us with your coworkers, share us with your mom, share us with your dad, sister.
We're big with moms.
Oh, yeah.
Share your moms with us.
Wait,
hey,
no.
Now, Chad.
Don't do that.
So the album, yeah. I really liked it. Ruby Church, I don't know the full discography, and it's not Los Angeles, but I kind of wasn't expecting that anyway. I liked it. It almost had like a Social D feeling to it. Sweet. It's a banger. It's noisy. Exene still sounds fantastic. The way it is, it's slower. It's darker. I love the vibes on the choruses. Flip side's fun. Big Black X just flows. The title track, that's a top song contender. Their voices aren't as angry as, that OG X. They almost sound like bored and sarcastic now, and it has like this totally different feeling, and it just works. It puts them on a whole nother level. Surreal, I twitched a little bit at the beginning. I had some Tony K PTSD, but it's a ripper. Winding Up very much reminded me of What Little X I Do Know. It had like a Wild Gift feel to it. Facing the Moon was probably my low point, but still not bad. And Baby and All, if this was the last album, they went out with a bang. Like it's a perfect closing track.
Well, and not to get like too off the rails here, but with the personal connections, one of the first things I picked up by X was their compilation "Make the Music Go Bang," which was a double album. So that's fun that you mentioned that.
What about you, Bill?
Yeah. I need to hear more of it. What I've heard of, like, I can hear where it does kind of sound like they're a little bored, a little tired. Obviously, it's not the youthful energy of 45 years ago. Um, yeah, great
But
band. Sorry to see it go.
yeah, it's like a bored and tired, but like it fits somehow. Like it's not boring, bored and tired. It's
Sure. Well, and I mean, you could go back to the first couple albums and there's that sense of boredom and I don't know what the word is, listfulness, maybe.
that's a good word. Yeah,
Yeah, X has always had a certain ennui to them.
yeah.
And from what I've heard, it's still very much present.
I'm curious about all the shit that I missed. Like I was shocked they had that many records. We
They've
might have
got
to
a few.
cover.
Yeah, I haven't heard them all either, but the ones I've heard, I like. Like they've been a great band.
We'll be like those other YouTubers. If this video gets 5,000 likes, we'll cover X. We'll probably do it
that.
anyway. We'll do it
If this
anyway.
if this video gets 10 likes, we'll cover New Kids on the Block.
Oh shit, that's
But
dangerous.
that's a goal that could happen.
That's a little dangerous there.
That could happen.
We got like 400 subscribers
Yeah,
that
set the
might
bar
watch
low,
this.
You know, gotta set the bar low.
We can't. I don't know if you can get much lower than that.
This video gets 1 like.
When I added it to the sheet,
Right? If you were watching this right now, you win.
shout out Ed. We know Ed's gonna watch it. And
No,
shout
we know
out,
he's not gonna watch it.
yeah, shout out Colquitt. We're checking up on you, making sure you still watching the show, Colquitt. Let us know down below. But I struggled whenever I added it to my sheet here. I was like, just looking at the releases.
It's been a good year.
This one, there's not a bad song on it for me. Like this was a pretty solid record that might dethrone some shit at the end of the year. I got to listen to it some more, but something might
Well,
get
I'm
dethroned.
already looking forward to the Is It Art, where this goes up against that Alkaline Trio.
Yeah, that's gonna be a toughie too. We already know who has the best art on here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we don't agree on Is It
Purple,
Art,
right?
yeah, it's Deep Purple. That would be that right
You
there.
know, that's a contender for the best album of the year. Holy shit, it's so good.
It's pretty good. It's gonna be a tough year.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Bill? Did you have a chance to listen to X?
Yeah.
Hated it.
Hated it.
I didn't hate it.
I just
I mean,
want an
I
excuse
think-
to use
But
my
you
new
didn't love
GIF.
it.
I didn't love it, no. I mean, I think it was probably because what Tim alluded to, like them being like tired or bored or like if you feel it creeping through. A lot of my comments on a lot of these is like, yeah, it sounds like it would have been if they did the song, 20, 30 years ago, would have been better. The one
Yeah, there's a weird thing going through, like, and it's affecting everybody at this point in the industry, where the album as an art form itself has become so obsolete
yeah.
that, like, especially the older artists who have already made a number of classic albums.
Oh yeah.
They're making their money off the tours where the fans just want to hear the old songs. So there's no
Yep.
real incentive to write albums anymore.
No. Well, like,
And so when a band like this is doing it, like, yeah, they're closing out their career with this. It's like, yeah, it almost doesn't even matter if it's, good or not.
I mean, I'll say this for like an album closing an artist's career, I think it's pretty good in that sense.
Okay.
But if it was like an artist, like, yeah, this is their third album they release and they want to release more after, it's like, okay, like, are you sure you want to release more? Are you sure you want to keep going?
I mean, to me, they could off this. Like, this was I was shocked how good this was. I went in thinking, But I literally, like, there's not a bad song on this record.
I mean, most of these I just wrote that, sound was okay, and then like other miscellaneous notes with each one. Um, like Spoken Fiction, I know you talked about that a little bit. For me, it felt like it was a knockoff 2010's Offspring song at times. Just because, like, that's where the Offspring went in the late 2000s and 2010s, sound wise.
Right, but that was also them, copying X.
Right. I mean, it sounded like X.
Okay, well, I'm just relaying what it sounded like.
I
to
get the
me.
comparison, and I see where you're coming from
Yeah.
as far as like perspective and whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you look at the actual facts here,
Well, I don't know anything about X. I
So-
just don't. So
That's-
so all I have is
if
this.
anybody is
album.
watching this video this far and you haven't seen The Decline of Western Civilization Part 1, I highly recommend everybody go out and watch that fantastic movie about the history of LA punk rock, of which X is a major part of that film. They go back all the way to the first days of LA punk.
Yeah. The Chili Peppers are. We didn't talk about X, but they're like X is intertwined in some Chili Pepper shit too.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very late 70s, early 80s, Southern California.
But I mean,
everything that entailed.
I get it. We're currently talking the Ramones. We're
No,
filming.
we're currently talking Aerosmith.
Right. Well, let me try to explain our time warp Back to the Future shit here. So, we are recording this the night that we are recording our Ramones videos. This is going to air in the middle of some Aerosmith because we're proficient. Right. We get ahead of the game, And I think the same issue. Bill brought up a good point where this reminds him of the Offspring because he heard the Offspring first.
Sure.
And I think that plays a lot into like the Ramones where you hear Green Day first. Oh, well, they're just, and then you hear the Ramones. You're like, Ramones are just, whatever. But you got to pay respects to like
where it started. Which the thing is, I mean, it's, I don't want to say I claim ignorance, but like that claims a big because if I didn't know,
right?
Because on the same note, I was talking to someone else. Who's like, oh, Linkin Park, they, basically influenced Green Day and everything that Green Day did. It's like you realize Green Day did all their shit before Linkin Park did half of their discography. Like
things are weird. Like, time is weird. Like
because especially with music and like pop culture, it's okay. When were you exposed to it first?
Yeah, exactly. It's when you heard it first is what sticks in your mind as the number one.
Yep. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
All very true.
We're trying to get to Bill's young mind before he's too corrupted.
Go check out our Nickelback review and ranking.
Yeah, go watch our Nickelback series. It's a good time. And stick around, check out our Aerosmith. That was a fun one too. Yeah, I was Smoke and Fiction. The end of the year is going to be interesting for me. I got some big choices here to make.
I'll say it definitely was not the worst album I've heard this year that came out in 2024. Definitely not that.
No, it's not the worst.
But I don't think it's in my upper echelon for albums I've heard this year, though.
We didn't put out a review for it, but that Sleater Kinney's pretty bad. That's my biggest. If we do our like little categories at the end, biggest disappointment would be Sleater Kinney for me.
Oh, we still got 4 months yet to go here.
Oh, we still got. Speaking of, they're coming out soon.
You want to talk about disappointment? We got this guy coming out soon.
Hey, I'll put a hashtag. I'll tag The Offspring Light It Up because I heard that song. That song came out this week.
Yes, it did.
Nothing new. Nothing new.
The worst visualizer probably I've ever seen.
Ooh, hot take. I can't wait now.
That's not a hot take on that. because I watch everything on YouTube. Like the visualizer for that music was actually like, give me 30 minutes and $5, and I can make one that's the exact same but somehow better.
Would you say that there's only one Light It Up and it's Fallout Boy? Light it up, light it up.
No, no. I didn't say that.
Okay.
Not even close.
If you're new to the show and you somehow found this video randomly, you'll learn that we go off topic a lot. If you like and subscribe and stick around. So we are unscripted, we are drunk, and we're old.
We talk about discographies.
And we talk about discographies. And we'll eventually get to X. Evidently we need to deep dive some X. But yeah. Anybody else got anything to add? We'll wrap this one up. Get back to our Ramones discussion. Subscribe. Check out our Ramones discussion in about a month. It's going to be fun. All right. Nobody else got anything?
And if you haven't heard Los Angeles, that's a fantastic album.
Yeah. Los Angeles is a good one. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Be safe. And make what, Tim? And he cut
Perfect.
out.
That was perfect. That's what you need to make.
Yeah, make that.